All right, so 1.379 repeating. And you want to find the rational form of this. Okay? Step one is just set x equal to that number. Okay? You're creating an equation here. We're going to wind up creating two equations. And the first one, just say x is equal to our given value. Okay? Then what you're going to do is figure out how many digits repeat. So in this number, how many digits are repeating? 3. So you're going to take 10 to that power, and you're going to multiply both sides of this equation by that number. It's always going to be a multiple of 10, right? Or power of 10. So it's either 10, 100, 1,000. And I'm probably not going to go beyond 3 decimals or 3 repeating digits. Okay, so we have 10 cubed. Well, what is 10 cubed? 1,000. So 1,000 times x gives you 1,000x. And notice I write it above. I notice some of you write it below. I would encourage you to write it above if you can. It just makes it easier to visually calculate down the columns or vertically. And then when I multiply this number by 1,000, basically whatever the power of 10 is how many decimal places you move the decimal. So if we move this 3 places to the right, 1, 2, 3, we get the number 1379. And then and then everything repeats, 379, 379. And now, the common mistake that I see people making when I go over and look at your work is some of you, when you write your repeating decimals, you might write 6 digits here and then only 3 digits here, or vice versa. And then you try to use your calculator to do the calculations, and it gives you decimals in your answer. You don't want decimals in your answer. You want just a single fraction. So once you rewrite this, if you rewrite it, just make sure that however many decimal places you display on your first number, the original number, you display the same number of decimal places on the second one. That way you can see visually, they line up, they're going to cancel out when we subtract. So now when you subtract both sides of this equation, you get 999x. Here, again, by lining these up, you see the 9's cancel, 7's, 3's, 9's, 7's, 3's. Those all cancel. 9 minus 1 leaves an 8, and then the 7, 3, and the 1. Okay? And then the last step is to completely isolate your x by dividing both sides by 999. And then don't just enter what you have, because, since I allow you to use your calculators, take advantage of them. Okay, plug that in and see, does this number simplify at all? It turns out it doesn't. If it did, your calculator would simplify that for you. So now you can enter that particular number.